Hey everybody, got a new haircut. Let's get the nightly vid going and have a good day tomorrow as well. What we'll see is Oklo blast off, and that's gonna be a strat attack. And you can see just absolutely ripping. And we said if we stay above 111.15, give or take, I think it was 111.15, could go a lot higher, and they are. So that's something we want to know about. Still going, still good. That being said, we'll also see on the strat attack things like coin following through. So we'll see. That's got more juice in her. We still got some monthly magnitude to go after in there if we draw right to left, engage that properly. So we can look for stuff like that to continue. Monster, which is one of them in the staples from the weekend vid. We had the inside day Monday to go after it Tuesday, and that's reconfirming, going all the way, following through, taking the quarter up. So we got a few things in there we are going after. Outside of that, that's kind of been the main focus of us recently. We did see Airlines, which I did not get on the strat attack video, but they're on the gappers this morning. Really big blast off, and they've got some quarterly signals, of which a lot of the strat traders in the Discord, I know a few of the swingers have been focusing on them. We're going to see AAL has got the quarter in force following through, DAL quarter in force following through, UAL quarter 3-2 following through, and the only thing we don't have is really Boeing, which, you know, a little bit of bringing them up today, just kind of riding the tide with the rest of them. You know, rising tide lifts all boats and whatnot. But I imagine it's probably going back down eventually, but we'll see. So a lot of that stuff going on. What I want to do here is I want to show you Forex Factory. I believe we got some numbers coming out tomorrow. So we'll see car retail sales, which tells us, you know, some retail stuff potentially. And we'll see what's setting up there. Excuse me. If we go to XRT retail, they're also going, and this is part of the IDBM, and we already got that covered with Target, which did not really follow through. We had the 2 down 60 this morning, so nothing we could do there. We did see them go after ANF a little this morning, which was on the strat attack, so we'll see if that continues to follow through in the retail. But we'll see Target inside day for tomorrow. We'll see what we get there. The retail numbers in the morning, gap downs, gaps up, we'll see. Outside of that, what we did see on SPY today is they go inside day SPY, so we'd like to go after things taking out the highs or lows of their inside days today. We got IDBM, they're just 2 up, so no shooters down. Qs, you'll see 2 down again, but a hammer in the tech, and that tells us, we look at Dow Jones here first. Dow Jones will have the 3, and then we go to the tech, we'll have XLK, 322, fun to say, fun to do, and semis, little worse off there with ASML still being pretty weak, and that was on the 3-2 continuation list. So we'll see if ASML still's got some puke in her. If they want to keep her puking, still has a lot of magnitude to come back through. We go on the yearly Rev Strat. You can see the outside year would be down here. The Rev Strat would be a lot further, so could have some issues there, and that also can bleed over into other things like maybe AMD, which also could turn into Rev Strat year for next year. We're setting those up last quarter of the year. Things like MU also could be Rev Strat next year for the .com crash. So we'll be aware of that stuff setting up for next year. But, you know, retail numbers tomorrow, we'll see what happens. As far as all indexes are concerned this week, we got a lot of dojis besides Dow Jones, which is 3-2 up to start, and IDBM, which is very green, and obviously Qs being a little bit of a loser. That being said, we can take a look at, make sure I don't get my email in here. I'll go to app.stratalerts.com. We can look for 322s and see who's got hammers, since we did see the tech do that. So you got AI and Dell. AI is something we definitely want to know about. So AI 322 would reconfirm what we're talking about on the monthly and last week's weekend vid. So we'll see if that gets better in there. And that's going to be on the list here. Remove some of these here. Don't want to remove too much in here. Just make sure we're good. Yeah. All right. If we go to 322 AI macro. Say it reconfirms the month. If we go to Dell Tech, we'll also see a 322 in there. So Dell 322 would confirm just a 2 up on the month. So, you know, 322 fun to say, fun to do. We'll see. It is a mover. And then outside of that, what Twilio and communication services, 322, It is pretty green on the month. Does have the quarter going. It's just still an inside year. So, it's not the best in the world. 64 cents of magnitude. Not really my jam, but it has been on a tear recently. So that could get better if we look up and left. See some PMG that they might come through and speed things up. So there's a chance. All right, we'll get it on the list. See what they give us tomorrow. If we then go to inside bars in the tech or semis, those will be relatively strong. And we'll see we have a lot of them, and it looks like just tons and tons of chips. So we're going to filter by ATR to make this funner, or more fun. Filter by direction, remove duplicates, and here they are. So we can quickly hop through those. We got ADI, inside day, closer to reconfirming, but it's already an outside week. Could still Rev Strat the month. So we'll get that. Let me get this up in here. ADI, if we go to ANET, this is more technology stocks. 3 on the week and then could go 3 again. So ANET, put a star next to it, showing aggression. If we go to ARM, also looking a little bit worse, but we'll see. AVGO in the chips. Inside day, if we go to CB, or actually here, AVGO. So we see potential simultaneous breaks in the tech, CDW, a little bit more of a PMG, but still inside week. It would trigger the week, but it'd still be double inside month. Maybe it triggers a month down. If we go to keys, technology, that's a 3-1, which could turn into some problems for it if it goes 3 on 2 down. MPWR, I believe that's also going to be in the chips. I could be wrong. 50-50 on my abilities there. NXPI, it's already an outside week. That's an inside day. So maybe at Rev Strat, since it's inside month, also going to be in the chips. So you're going to notice the trend. These are all chips. TER, chips. You can see this one's a little closer, taking last month's lows. We have TSM chips. Is 2 up and red on the week. Could have some daily PMG if they continue. We're really going to be watching for that simultaneous break tomorrow if we get it up or down. It doesn't matter. Or maybe they Rev Strat, right? They can do any of those. And then TXN is going to be similar. So we will see. Last one in the tech is Zebra, which is 2s to the upside, so closer going up. But mostly just chips in there, showing some relative strength inside days. So we'll see what comes of that. And if we look for the Rev Strats to see what we've got in here today, 122 with the hammers. We will see Pan W, which is on the inside day list yesterday for the double inside. Does have the Rev Strat month in force, bright green 3-2 years, so that could be a lot, or get a lot better. We go to Chewy, and the reason it could get better is because of that 3-2. You got nothing in Chewy. ACAM. This is tech, taking last month's highs with the Rev Strat. So you got a little bit of stuff there. PCAR. PCAR in the industrials sector. You will see the 122 with Dow Jones being a little stronger today. So we'll get that in there. Specifically because long green bars on the month. And you got a magnitude about $4, $5 higher. If we go to 2 down in green to see what we got. Domino's Pizza could Rev Strat triggering the week and the month for the PM, or not the PMG, but the trigger machine gun, as some call it, or the domino, as Sarah calls it. That's about it. If we go bearish Rev Strats, there's not much on the shooter list. VFC is PMG weak, so that could turn into some big problems if they start coming back through those guys. Myrna, chopped shop. So not much on the shooter list there. 2 up and red on the Rev Strats. Just VFC again. So in the consumer cyclical, which could be affected by retail numbers, maybe that will be a part of it. I'm not really sure what they do. But we'll throw it on there just for fun. We'll see what happens. It's a very small stock. That being said, though, that is about all I've got tonight. Only other thing you could scan for is things that are continuing on the strat attack, which we really like the Bitcoiners. We'll see things like Riot inside day. Mara was inside, but it blew it 2 up at the end of the day, so won't have that. CLSK was going 2 up, and this could also be on the strat attack list. So we can say as far as observations go, we have Bitcoin, Riot, I believe MSTR, let's see. Yeah, Bitcoin, Riot, Mara, CLSK. Potential observations just to see if things keep following through. We were talking about coin today, which I don't want to forget in here. You know, those are all Bitcoin stocks. But I think the last thing I can add here is HII. We can say 3-1 day to confirm the weekly hammer. And this is from last week, something we did in stat. So that is about all I've got for you. We obviously have some of the new gappers up in here if you're interested in there. Drug is a big inside day for the shenaniganers. And IBKR had some decent volatility. We'll see what comes of that as the gap figures itself out. JBHT might become the 2-2 on the gap up. And, that's about all I got for you. So hopefully you guys had a good trading day. I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning for those in stat. If you're not in stat, I'll see you guys in tomorrow night's nightly vid.